This is ContinueCast.
And welcome to another episode of the ContinueCast, the twice-monthly podcast where we play a video game and tell you if we would continue or game over. My name's Paul.
My name is Nick.
My name is Josh.
And we have with us our special guest for the day.
My name is Mike. Game over.
And Mike has the actual special guest status. And then we have our super special guest for being so sick.
Oh.
Remember me? It's Luke! Old Man Jenkins!
Old Man Jenkins!
We thought the Scooby Gang arrested you.
And Luke would have gotten away with it too.
Luke's back.
Good God. Sorry, I'm responding to cards being played on the deck by Nick because we're in the middle of a Hearthstone game!
Yeah! So we're playing
God.
some Hearthstone, the Blizzard collectible card game this week. We were going to do another game, but we decided we were all kind of into this game right now.
Yes,
and we
all
wanted
of us.
all of us. Every single one of us cares about this game greatly.
Yes.
Let's just get the vital stats out the way real quick.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
Drop that heartbeat. Yeah. Vital stats released by Blizzard. If you don't know the notable titles, get the fuck out of this podcast.
World of Warmans.
World of Warmans.
Released in 2005-4.
Starmans and Starmans 2.
Starmans 2.
Diblis.
The D-Blow.
Diblis 2.
And Thrice.
And Thrice.
The band Thrice.
Oh my god, I forgot about Diblis 3.
You like that game, don't you?
That's alright.
Alright.
It's not Diblis 2.
It's not Hearthstone.
No. Oh, it's not.
It's no Hearthstone.
And then their new game, Hearthstone, that came out in I'm just doing it to everything. Now I just can't talk.
Now we're idiots.
Now? Yeah. March 11, 2014. This game fresh. This game's baby fresh.
This game fresh.
When did the beta come out?
It's super retro, guys.
When did the beta come out?
Last year.
Yeah, I think it was...
Yeah. Came out early.
No,
It's like November?
No, not November 2013.
No.
It was out like all of 2013.
No, was it?
Yeah, it was out like during the summer last year.
Was that summer?
No,
it
beta
was
I
not.
thought was in the fall, though. I thought it was in
Yeah.
alpha prior to that.
I don't think. No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't play until like 2 weeks ago when it came on the iPad.
No.
Okay.
He's right. No, he's
All
right. Because
everybody relax.
Because at BlizzCon, they showed the game off and said they were going to go into open beta right after BlizzCon.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
way
I
open
apologize.
beta.
I think they announced it like that. They're going to go to open beta right after BlizzCon.
That's exactly how they said it.
So, yeah.
We're really excited about it.
We're kind of really excited about it.
I think it's gonna run. Really gonna like it.
We're really hoping you guys play it.
You guys.
Us.
Can you talk in that voice for the rest of the
I'm
podcast?
probably going to try.
So time to beat is never on this game because you can't beat
Yeah,
it.
time
ever.
to beat is don't play.
Well, there will be something to beat later
That's
on.
true.
The Curse of Naxxramas.
Yep.
Yes.
Is coming.
Of Naxxramas is
What does it
coming
mean,
out.
vanilla WoW?
It's a single player content edition coming. There will be one dungeon you play for free, and then the other dungeons will either cost in-game money or cash money to play.
Cash
Each
money.
dungeon, no, I mean either or.
I just wanted to say cash money again because I like
Cash
when you
Money
say that.
Millionaires. Yeah.
There are special legendary cards at the end of each dungeon, and they progressively get harder to play
Okay.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a trial and tribulation.
Right.
And there's going to be challenges. Did you say challenges for classes?
Guys, sounds
Yes.
like this is turning into a World of Warcraft.
What has this World of Warcraft brought upon us?
There's going to be lots of fun things to do.
Yes.
And different things for different people that like to do things differently.
You mean different strokes for different folks,
strokes
Paul?
for different folks. Blizzard is a cool guy.
Mr.
cares about
Blizzard.
everyone.
Thanks, Mr. Blizzard.
Thanks, Mr. Blizzard.
This is just the best podcast.
Well, the problem is that we have half the table
everyone's
playing video
the
games.
game.
No,
I'm listening, I'm
over here. I'm
listening.
listening. I'm taking part. I'm
I'll be right to dinner, Mom. I'll be right there.
We're capturing footage for you guys for the
Yeah.
podcast, and Nick and I are in a very heated battle right now.
What are you guys playing right now?
I have a priest deck.
And I'm playing a paladin.
So what's the health score right now?
30 to 24.
Nick is up 30 to 24.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, in Hearthstone, you play... It's basically a Magic the Gathering type of game. And for those who don't know what Magic the Gathering is...
Y'all dumb.
It's y'all dumb. Y'all dumb, and I'm not going to explain it.
Internet search keyword Magic the Gathering.
Pause podcast, internet
Go to
search...
AOL.com, AOL keyword.
Magic the Gathering.
comma,
Just Magic, probably.
Magic, comma, the, comma, gathering.
You know what? In the era of AOL keyword, David Copperfield probably had Magic as his keyword. I think he got it. David Copperfield
From the book, David Copperfield?
No, of course not the book, David.
That guy, I read half that book. There's no magic in that book.
Not a single magic.
Not a single
in that
fucking
book.
magic trick.
You know what? You know what's the magic? The human condition.
That's
magic.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're all living a
Makes sense.
magical life.
Yes, we are.
Good God, end it.
No, but so it's a collectible card game, and you play as a hero.
I believe they're called, what are they, TCGs?
TCGs.
Trading card game?
Trading
Yes.
card games. Or
But
CCGs.
there's no physical cards.
There's no physical cards.
cards.
They're all digital, which is right up my alley, because I hate physical things.
Why?
Because I like to live in a digital
What
world.
about the Led Zeppelin album, Physical Graffiti?
If you own it digitally, it's okay.
What about the single by Orgy, She Dreams in Digital?
Yeah.
I
That
believe
one's
it's
good.
called, parenthetically, Fiction.
Fiction.
And then double parenthetical, Paul's favorite song.
Yeah. Paul's favorite band.
Paul's favorite band.
Orgy.
Were you into Orgy in
Yeah,
1997?
just Blue Monday.
Who wasn't? In 1997, who was?
TRL loved that song.
Dude, they went nuts for
What
it.
was that other band that was out with them?
Kitty?
No.
No, but there was something. No, but there was that band that
Dead
was
Z.
Dead Z.
Daisy. Gramercy
Yes.
Park, dude.
I don't remember that.
keys, because of Gramercy Park.
I don't remember that song at all.
I think they played with MSI. A
Really?
few times. Yeah, I think I saw them.
Oh. Cool. Anyway. So in this game, you play as one of 9 hero classes.
Let's name them all.
The 9 hero classes being the hero classes from World of Warcraft.
World of
Well,
Warcraft.
let me correct you right there, Paul.
Here we go.
The original 9.
There they represent the original 9 classes. There is a hero class in World of Warcraft that would be the Death Knight that is
sorry.
that has not made it to this game yet.
Thank you, Internet. Man.
Well,
Man from the Internet.
see you guys later.
Ziggy says you gotta get the stats right or you can't leap to the next podcast.
That's the greatest reference ever. There we go.
I laughed, but I didn't get it.
Watch Syndication Station.
Yeah, watch our podcast. Watch our podcast syndication station.
Watch it with your ears.
Jesus Christ, Nick, is that what you're up against?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God! What are you doing to him?
What do you got on him, Luke?
Prieston.
Dude, you just got like a
He's got a full board.
Almost. No, there's still room for
They're
more.
all green.
This makes great radio.
They're all green, which is bad.
Yeah, for you. If you don't have green,
yeah.
you're not. That's not.
So in this game, you play as one of the 9 classes.
Yes, classes.
And you're a hero of WoW lore for
Yes.
each of the classes.
Right. Jaina Proudmoore.
Jaina Proudmoore being one. Rexar, who's named after the dude from Conan. Rexar.
Thrall. Thrall? Are you kidding me? Thrall?
Yeah.
Thrall, is the warrior class.
He's the warrior.
Garrosh,
Garrosh, Hellscream.
Gul'dan, Valera.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, Thrall Shaman. Garrosh is warrior.
Oh, yeah, because Thrall turns into a shaman.
He's the shaman. He's the Earth aspect now.
Yeah.
Guys, why don't you pull up a chair and let's talk some World of Warcraft.
Let's talk some Warcraft.
I tried.
Some Warcraft. Let's
I
do
tried
it.
to throw down the blockade on the lore talk. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Good
out.
luck.
That's good. I'm gonna just sit back and let you guys take this one.
Well, anyways, you play as one of these guys. You have 30 health, and then you have a deck of 30 cards with which to attack your opponent and try to knock their health to 0 before they do it.
Yes.
And then you collect these cards. You're given a basic set, and then you can also purchase packs. You can purchase them for money, real life money, or gold, which you earn by playing the game, making this a pay-to-play game. Free-to-play game?
It's a combo, right?
A combo of both.
It's been argued that it's pay to win, but there are plenty of people who have done great things in this game without having to pay a single dollar.
While we're at the beginning of this game's at the very top of this game's details, let's talk about that because we actually a subreddit user, which we had a subreddit post where we asked people to give their opinions. We have a bunch of people that left a lot of really great comments on there.
Ooh.
Nick Murphy just lost. So we have a bunch of discussion going on there. If you want from now on, I think you could still email for the podcast, but we'd prefer if you go to the subreddit.
Yeah, let's kick that subreddit go up a little.
Yeah,
bit.
I mean,
it's a nice little discussion area. You can see what other people said. You got
Upvote.
upvotes and downvotes.
Yeah.
It's a democracy of choice.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna play me or what? Jesus Christ!
So
I'm backing out. Go ahead.
So
I'll
the-
take part in the conversation.
So the nice thing about the subreddit is that it allows us, like you said, democratization.
Right.
It also allows us to, if you see someone said the same thing as you, maybe you don't have to say it again.
You can add to it.
You know,
Yeah,
you can add to it. You can, an actual conversation can start. So we'll do it. We'll do it on there from now on. That's where I'll be getting most of the stuff for this show. But you can also email if you'd still like. Anyways, subreddit user CloudRed wrote in. His first question was about tips for beginners or non-players who want to get into Hearthstone. But he says, also, does it feel free or does it feel pay to win?
It's definitely free.
It's definitely
I spent $2 in the beta, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you can just keep going. I mean, granted, I'm not very good, and I don't have good cards, but if you put enough time in, you can definitely get what you need for it.
You can buy packs with gold, correct?
Right.
You can slowly build your collection through grinding. It's just like an MMO. You can grind if you want to.
Right.
Or you can enter the arena where you
Yes.
have a chance to win tons of things.
Yep.
You got to pay to get in the arena, though.
The arena, it costs 150 gold or $2 of real money.
And if you
That's the conversion rate in this world?
And if you lose three,
If you lose
times
3 in a row, you're done in the arena, or you get 12 wins or retire your deck.
Right.
The more wins you get, the better your unlocks are, and the more wins you get, the better those unlocks will be at containing rare drops.
Yep.
Right.
Why would you retire your deck?
You don't have.
If you want to
lose.
change it or get
If
more
you want
cards.
to change it or
Like,
get more cards, because the arena is a deck building game, wherein it's like, here are the cards, choose from these cards.
for 3 to cards, they let you choose 3 cards at a time to
Right.
build a deck
and
of
there's
30
no
cards.
limit to the number of cards you can have of one type,
Whereas in the normal game, you can only have 2 cards of a minion or spell at any given time.
or one legendary.
Right. So it's like a mage, you can't stock up on fireballs that are only 4 mana each and then fireball your opponent into oblivion.
What if I wanted to do that?
Then you can go to the arena and you can do it.
You know what I can do in World of Warcraft?
You can cast as many fireballs as you
That.
want. You're goddamn right you can.
But see, the thing is, with the arena is you can go and being like, I'm going to do that strategy, but you get a choice of 3 cards, and you pick one of those cards, and then 3 more random cards come up
Until you build up a
until
deck
you
of
build
30.
a 30. So you might not get any more fireballs. You might only get one. So you can be like, oh, I'm going to try and do that, but then you're gambling on that strategy. So it forces you to adapt as the cards come in,
Right.
and go, okay, I've got all these cards. Maybe I should pick this card instead of the other card that I would have picked.
I know, I understand that.
The analog for what it is, I know, I'm just saying, but the analog for what this is in real life with TCGs is people have what are called drafts, where you get a bunch of packs, you open them up, and then each person picks a card out of that pack, and then hands the card to the stack to the person next to them, and then you pass it around. You each take cards out of these stacks until you get it all the way around.
Like the NFL football.
Like the NFL footballs. It's just like that.
Or
No,
the
I
NBA.
did buy some packs. I spent $20 because I got a crazy refund from the bank on a class action lawsuit one day.
What? You actually got money from a class action lawsuit?
Yeah, it was about, growing a 3rd arm from drinking all that monster.
Did you buy an electronic device in the last year? Because I heard on Twitter that you can get cash back from that.
So yeah, I spent $20 on 15 packs and got a couple good legendaries, but they're not legendaries that I have in decks because some of the legendaries I got were class based, and I don't.
Yeah.
Whereas some legendaries are open class, you can just take them anywhere.
Isn't Antonidas like a mage only legendary? I think because he gives you
and,
fireballs.
Grognar or something like that is a
yes.
warriors
There's a couple,
only.
yeah.
I got a priest legendary, and I was like, that's good. Oh, I can't use it on this mage deck?
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
X out of game.
And that's sort of like that's the gamble you're taking with buying cards is you might not get any cards for your class, but you can dust them, and what you do there is you turn them into what's called dust, which is the second currency in the
disenchant
game.
them.
Grommash Hellscream.
Oh, yeah. That's Garrosh's father.
Right. So you dust these things, you disenchant them into dust, and then you get this second currency called dust, which you can use to make any card you want.
Put the dust on the auction house and get more gold?
Exactly.
But can't you?
I like this. Now we're talking about Warcraft. Let's go.
Can't you only buy cards that you had at one time?
No, you can buy any card.
You can
Anything.
craft any card.
You can craft
any card you want. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a.
I thought you had to unlock it at least once to be able to buy it back again.
I believe everything's a 1-to-4 ratio. So if you have let's say you have a legendary card, so the best kind of card you can have, which takes 1,600 dust to craft.
Yeah.
If you disenchant it, you only get 400 dust out of it.
And if it's a gold, you get 1,600, which I did because I got a gold legendary, and I was like, okay, and I got 1,600 dust, and then I made a deck out of it. That's how I made the Murloc deck that I have.
Goddamn Murloc deck.
We're not going to talk about Paul's Murloc deck.
We'll get there.
They're like real Murlocs in real life.
They swarm.
Thank you, Nick, for that draw 2 cards.
Oh, I don't know.
Who's gonna sync up the video of this with what's happening?
So with the different classes, right? They kind of like guide you as to what kind of deck to build, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
In a sense, I mean,
a little bit.
Yeah, certain decks work well with certain classes. Like, for instance, the Murloc deck works really well with the Warlock.
May I interrupt you there for a second?
Yeah.
Let's explain that there are general cards.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And
so
there's class-specific cards.
Right. So as you are playing a class, you can unlock any number of cards that are usually spells. They don't put minions on the board. And they're specific to your class. Though there are more that you can unlock from unlocking decks that are of common quality or rare, epic, and of course legendary quality.
Right.
There's also a general pool of cards that you can pull anything from.
Yeah.
And these typically involve non-spell based cards, or they're much more. They're all minion based, actually, as far as I know.
I don't think there's any spells.
And they have
there?
and they have like battle cries and death rattles and all these effects that come from playing them.
Right.
So you can mix and match between. You can run a deck that's entirely class specific, or you could have like a mage deck that is like half magey spells and then have a whole bunch of pirates in it because pirates are a type of card.
I don't know. Could you build a 30-card?
Yes.
Basic deck for just a class and have enough minions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of them out there.
You can build a mage deck that's all spells.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying without any
anybody? I'm saying
I just was wondering if you could have if they all
with.
came with enough minions, because I know each class has specific minions.
Mm-hmm.
But with only 2 each, I'm just curious if that's possible, because there's 20 basic cards, but then there are also additional cards in each class specific deck to unlock, like legendaries and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Agreed.
But so basically, certain classes do have affinities for certain things. For instance, pirates. If you look at all the pirate cards, a lot of them deal with weaponry. So classes that use weapons like warriors, hunters, rogues, paladins, those would work better with a pirate deck because they're going to work with the synergies of those cards, which is what I described to or explained to you, Mike, when we first played. I was like, you got to look for synergies, just like in Magic. You got to look for the you want your deck to all intertwine.
With each other.
Pretty much every card to be able to work with another card.
Paul, can I ask you then, can we maybe go around the table and everybody talk about their experience with trading card games at this point? Because then I would love to ask you a whole bunch of questions to explain not just to us, but our listening audience as well.
Why don't you start, Mike?
I had 0 trading card experience before having played Hearthstone. Never touched a Magic deck. Never even had a friend who played Magic until I met these idiots.
Not even the Star Wars cards
Not
game?
even the Star Wars. And I was a kid in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s. So like when I started buying like football cards, that's actually when Magic was coming around, like 94. You know? And it just was never something that I like gravitated towards. But man, I feel remiss. So like as soon as I started playing this, I was like, man, I fucking missed out for the last 20 years.
But you got
they
this?
Are cool as shit. So now I'm playing catch up. Nick?
I played the first thing I played a little Magic. I played the Star Wars card game that was pretty fucking badass. I got like a little more into Magic after nobody played that Star Wars game, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I get this like urge to play more Magic, so I play with the Magic 2014 or whatever that is.
The computer one.
Duels of the Planeswalkers.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll play that every once in a while, and then this is pretty good.
I played Magic one time in 7th grade, and I had no idea what was going on.
Right.
And then 10 years later, our buddy Ricky tried to teach me how to play Magic. I didn't know what was going on.
I killed him.
And then I killed him
for it.
Buried him. And then I played Hearthstone, and I didn't know what was going on.
There's a running theme here for you.
I don't like trading card games.
What don't you like about them?
Okay, I played the World of Warcraft for several years.
Yeah.
That is the heroin of video games.
Uh-huh.
This is the NyQuil of video games.
Yeah?
I just stare at it. You know when you take NyQuil and you just stare at stuff because your brains stop working.
It's like shutting off. Yeah, it's like
I understand the appeal of these games. I am not a fan of that. I don't like collecting things so much. I don't like the whole like, wow, what am I gonna open? I get like that it's exciting when you open a pack and you might get like a thing or whatever, but like I would just play Warcraft. You don't
find anything enticing about the sort of like speed chess or like the super
I
reactionary chess?
hunted man in a video game. This is like chess. Like you don't. I mean, I get the intellectual and the thought aspect of it.
Yeah.
I hunted human beings for sport.
I've played Counter-Strike, which people have called chess for the criminally insane.
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a totally different type of experience.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I mean,
But that's the experience that you like more.
right? But this is like this is like a magical fantasy based thing, and like I could just play in that universe. I could literally put myself in the universe. I don't have to look at a 2-dimensional object and have to imagine that universe.
Right.
This game is brilliant because it's banking off of that universe, and it
exists inside of
it. But
it's
literally exists inside.
It also literally exists inside of it.
Right.
It's interesting that you're absolutely right that they were like, well, we have 8 million people playing the game.
Right.
If 1 million people play this game, the day this game came out, Hearthstone came out on the tablet, it was the most popular video game in the world, I believe.
Sure.
Was or something like that. Somebody correct me.
Everyone looks to Luke for that.
absolutely, 100% accurate.
I'm almost positive.
I mean, it's probably it shot to the top of the charts immediately. They don't really like release numbers like that for a little while.
Yeah.
Apple's very constrictive about what numbers they let you say for sales.
Interesting.
I wonder why.
But it's not. It was a free game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is still purchasable because you just buy it for free.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, Luke. No, that wasn't dismissive. I'm just.
Oh, I also got
just
remembered. I also got 2 free packs from Blizzard. They have like cards you can get from Blizzard that give you a free pack of cards.
Wait, what?
They're like gift cards. And
Yeah.
it's like, here, scratch it off, and there's like a code on the back. But you can only ever use 5 tied to your account ever.
Like promo cards, like if you go to an event or something like that.
Right. So
I
yeah,
see.
like when I met with them at PAX to see Hearthstone on iPad.
You didn't get us a card?
I used them for myself.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that I didn't get that.
So that was that. Sorry for that brief.
It's okay.
It's okay. Did you play trading card games?
Yes,
Luke?
I did. I played Magic when it like first started.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was old enough to do that. I played DC and Marvel Recharge when those were a thing.
When was that?
Those were the DC and Marvel CCGs at the time.
Was it like around Magic time?
It was a little bit later, but they were not. I don't remember if they were so much just like pretty much
Overpowered, dude. I played
Overpowered.
that too.
Yeah.
I played
Recharge
that.
was like the revamped version, but Overpowered was that. I played The Crow.
Wait.
Oh, laugh.
I played The Crow on VHS over and over again.
While I played those games.
I played the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
Yeah, the Star Wars one.
How did you do in the Star War? Did you win?
Okay. You know,
Did you
I
win
only
the
ever
wars?
like played like a small group. I never was the guy that was like hunting down cards and like stacking my deck, and like I never got
Nick
into
Murphy has
that.
Black Lotuses. He had like 10 Black Lotuses.
You know, sometimes you would go to a thing and you'd be like, "Holy shit, that's a $15 card!"
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember going to the card shop and
Yeah.
you'd be like, why would I pay $25 for one card? I get like 25 decks of cards for that much.
Right,
Right.
and
And they had football men on them, so I wasn't a nerd like you dinglings.
yeah, no, I bought those too.
I'm just kidding.
But
but really.
but I played a lot of those in the past, and then you know I just hadn't for a long ass time. And what got me into Hearthstone was not that it was just free, but everybody was playing it, and I wanted to give it a try on a tablet. And I like its mana system much better than Magic's.
That was what I was going to ask Paul.
Magic's mana system is dog shit.
We should do the comparison
Deal
to
with
Magic. Yeah, like that's definitely something we need to talk about. I'm with you guys. I played Magic. I played Star Wars. I played Star Trek too. Card
that's
game. They had a
cool.
card game too.
USS Enterprise.
They came with that sound card that said that. Yeah.
It's like one of those birthday cards. Where you
Yeah. I also played a football one called Gridiron.
I remember reading
remember
about
Gridiron?
that. I remember reading about that.
Gridiron was
Yeah.
fun, man.
That's cool.
That was a fun game. They had that one, and then I also played. I feel like I played another one too. I think I played some sort of fantasy one too. I can't remember really though. But yeah, I mostly played Magic, and I actually stopped playing. I played it up till maybe when I was like 12 or 13. Stopped for a really long time, and then I had a couple friends who were into it in college, and I played with them a lot. And that's where I played.
Did a lot of experimenting in college.
I did a lot of experimenting with card games in college.
It's a boy. This card's weird.
This is weird. I'll try it on my wiener.
I'll do it.
I'll try it on my wiener.
Put a foreign wiener in your mouth? I guess so.
Okay.
Tap to activate.
Okay.
Tap to activate.
But yeah, that's when I started playing with people that were like serious about it.
Yeah.
Annoyingly serious about it.
Right. And that's what we're getting into here.
That's what we're getting into here. And that's why I'm enjoying being like, well,
I hope you're looking at me, because I couldn't be less serious about this game.
Well, I'm not like I'm not serious about it. I'm never gonna try and go like pro or try to even really attain legend rank or anything like that. But I really enjoy like sitting down and like being like, okay, let's make a really like streamlined deck. Like I really enjoy that.
That part, I think that's interesting. And like playing with the different cards, like I like just playing with my toys.
Yeah, right.
It's like I might not use this card in a deck ever because it's not great. I'm like, but let's put in this deck and just have some fun.
Yeah, and or being like, is it possible to build something around that card?
Right.
Like that stuff's really fun. So like synergies. That's what I learned about in Magic.
Right.
And that's where I brought it into this when I was talking to you about it. I was like, you got to look for those things.
Paul, can you explain to people how a synergy works?
Well, like, for instance, a pirate deck.
Right.
All the pirates, for the most part, benefit from having a weapon or benefit you by giving you a weapon or something along those lines.
Or by having other pirates.
Or by having other pirates.
Oh, +1/+1 for every other pilot on the board.
So they add,
cool.
So sometimes if you have a weapon equipped on your hero and you play a pirate that gets +1 attack and +1 health for being played while you have a weapon on you, that's a synergy.
Right.
Instead of just playing it and being like, it does this much attack.
Right, exactly.
I would call them buffs.
They are buffs.
They are
buffs. World of Warcraft.
Welcome to the world of Warcraft.
So yeah, they have like different sets, so to speak, which are like they have the basic ones like pirates, murlocs, beasts, but then there's additional things like the rogues have the combo system, which you can build decks that are all based around the combos. Or the shaman has his totem, so there's things that benefit totems, so you just start putting those in there. So you just got to look for that stuff, and then you start kind of building around that. Something that people have talked about is how there's sort of a metagame developing.
There is.
And because of that, certain synergies just don't work because So the metagame is it's people discovering these synergies and finding the absolute most optimal synergies.
Right.
And because we're...
In Warcraft, people do this? Weird.
Yeah, right?
So weird.
It's almost like a certain class is better than the rest of them.
Yeah, it's almost like everyone's playing a Warlock in 2005.
Speaking of the devil, that's probably one of the best classes.
Oh, weird! Yeah. Blizzard made Warlocks a fucking overpowered class? That doesn't sound like them.
Right now. It has fluctuated tremendously because
that doesn't sound like Warcraft.
That doesn't sound like
I only started playing a few weeks ago, pretty much right after PAX East when Hearthstone released, and I was really interested in seeing like the history of it on the PC and seeing how the cards had changed and seeing how things had go because in Magic.
Go on.
It refreshes every year.
Go on.
Here are the new cards. These cards are no longer valid. They're too OP.
Right.
Like it's time to get new cards.
That's so fucking annoying, though.
No,
man.
it is in the collectible card game sense because it's like every year you're spending X at least just to even continue to play in tournaments.
Right.
Whereas here, it's fixed on the fly. Mm-hmm. So certain cards, when it first started, cost a lot less. Like the Fireball used to cost a lot less.
Yeah.
The Mind Control used to cost less.
Hounds, Unleash the Hounds was like way overpowered. It still is, but
it's still very overpowered. Yeah.
But what does Unleash the Hounds do?
Oh, I love Unleash the Hounds.
It gives you a 1/1 hound for each minion that your opponent has out on the board. With charge.
Okay, that's nice.
I think I may have in one of the games that we did. I think
and speaking of synergies, you have that dumbass vulture out there. Then every beast gets +1 attack.
And if you have if you're
vulture gives you draw, the Timberwolf gives you the
hounds
+1
to kill enemy minions, and the hounds die, and you have that hyena out, aka the beaver, because he looks like a beaver building a dam. He gets +2/2.
+1, +2, +1.
I think it's +2/2.
It might be.
It's, for every beast that dies.
Yeah. So at the end of that hand, you can wipe your opponent's board clean And even though you may have sacrificed all those hounds, you could end up with like an 8/8 or like a 12/12 attack. Then for the next,
I would just quit whenever somebody would like throw that.
Sometimes
shit down
people
on me.
do that.
Sometimes people do.
I just would be like,
because they
I'm
don't
not-
want to continue to play and waste their time. They're just like, I'm going to go
Yeah,
play another game.
I want to play another game.
Yeah, there's a concede option built in there for you to be able to do that.
Ugh.
But that's the thing though. You do that, and then you move on and you learn and you adapt to the metagame. You go, okay, people are doing this. I was playing Luke the other day, and he was like, I beat you a couple of times, and you were like, I was like, yeah, sorry, I won't use that deck anymore. And you're like, no, man, use that deck. You're like, I just need to adapt to it.
That's nice. When you play with your friends, you kind of like adapt to it. You're like, well, I don't want to have this one killer deck and just keep crushing all the time.
Right.
I like that we're all in the mindset of like, let's just play around and experiment.
Yeah, I'm
what's
always saying
nice,
to you.
You can craft a couple different decks too to like have your own instead of just relying on things. You can like make a custom deck and make it basically your test deck.
Right.
And like, I'm testing this out. I just want to see how this works.
Right.
Now, Paul happened to make a great test deck that was zooed the shit out of me.
Which one was that? The Beast one?
Your Beast one and also your Murloc raid one was really, really bad.
Yeah. The Murloc one's ridiculous. That's like, I've looked online, there's like, so many people have that deck.
Right, well, and
So you cheated.
And that's the thing
all.
that's hot right now. It's just having the zoo, and it's really tough because I build a lot of my classes around the long game, not the short
You
game.
play a lot of big cards.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a mindset in Magic where it's Timmy.
Yeah, you were telling me.
It's Timmy.
I'll stall while you're looking it up. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the podcast. I'm Mike.
Well, let's talk about if we're going to talk
Hold
about
on.
Magic thing.
Timmy, Johnny, and Spike. Sorry,
All
that's
right, explain
it.
what those are.
Timmy likes to play big creatures, and his whole thing is built around.
Why do they
beating
call
up-
him Timmy?
It's just the names they came up with. I don't know why they're named that.
Okay.
Johnny is all about. I honestly have no idea.
When Johnny strikes up the band. It's Warren Zevon. Johnny.
Johnny likes to find like really weird cards, like you were saying, Mike.
Yeah.
And find a way to build that into a deck. And Spike is like, I'm going to do.
Warp.
And Spike is the person is the metagame person. Spike's the guy that's like, okay, what's the best out there? I'm going to build that.
Right.
Spike's the lamest.
He's the worst.
It used to be way back in the day. Magic had its metagame and Marvel had its like they all had their metagames, but it was you had to search and play with people in tournaments and do all these things to like even learn what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's like 2 clicks. Okay, this is the best deck to build. I'm going to build that,
Exactly.
and then boom.
But you're still at the mercy of chance. I mean, even though the decks can only be a certain size,
There's still RNG.
Yeah.
there is a lot of RNG, like a lot of Blizz games, and I'll transition this back to Paul. And Paul and Luke, I know because you guys have experience with this, talk about the mana system and why Paul, you told me when we started playing this, you were like, I can't believe
Rogues
it.
don't have mana. I don't understand.
You're like, I can't believe it.
Energy system.
Blizzard made
you.
a better Magic game. You're like, they just made it. They just made Magic better.
Well, comparing this to Magic, I mean, we all have experience with Magic except for you, Mike.
I don't have it, but
don't have
I
it?
was so interested to hear you say it because to me, I thought that's how your resources worked. Like every turn, it would just increase, and you were like, no, you had to budget your own resources.
Yeah, so Magic was a 60 card deck, right? 60 was a 40.
I
can't
think
remember.
60 was the max.
Yeah, 60's max, but you could go lower. But I think there was a minimum, like a 40 or something like that. I can't remember.
The reason it's like 60 is because you have to like. There's like a. Isn't there like an equation like for every card that costs something, you need to put 2 lands in?
Right.
Lands
Basically
like
like a third of your deck needed to be land.
Right.
Basically.
So for people that don't know, like the way Hearthstone works is every new turn you get a new mana crystal, you get a new thing to cast new spells,
and up to 10,
right? But with Magic, you had to have a card to play that, and that would give you access every
Yeah.
turn. So like, if you could get super screwed because if you didn't have enough mana, if you didn't have at least one land card every time, you wouldn't be able to
weren't
cast
ramping
more
up, yeah.
things. So everything progressed like really slowly.
It was annoying because
So it's like a poker. It's like they just up the blind.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing with Magic was you had to build that ramp up into your deck. Like, you had to perfectly balance it, and that was part of the tweaking process. Was being like, okay, I like
This is fucking accounting the game.
dude, it's crazy. It's
Why don't I
insane.
just go by spreadsheets the goddamn game?
Not only is it numbers, but it's also chance. When you watch people who are really great play on YouTube and all, they talk about like the +0, +1 of like not of adding buffs and stuff like that. It's of like
If you
playing
think
cards.
counting cards in blackjack is a challenge and it like
I saw that movie. I can do it.
When these guys
counting
are
cards
talking- yeah.
counting cards in Magic is much more skill involved because you have to track card values, the mana curve. You need to know how to play your deck. Like, oh shit, I got a bad draw, so I'm only getting high mana things at the beginning.
So I got a mulligan.
It's like, all right, well, I just gotta yank it, then I gotta retool this deck. I gotta like figure out a way that I'm not gonna get burned out on getting too high a draw and just land forever.
That's like the built-in addiction of the whole thing is like it's this quest for perfection, but there will never be that perfection because. Right. It's always going to be different every time. Like, you can build a fucking sweet Murloc deck or whatever, but, I don't know, pirate deck over here. Maybe,
pirate deck.
Pirate
well,
deck.
the thing is Josh, the way I look at it, because you and I have played Warcraft forever together, and we have a lot of experience with it, is playing these hands, it's just PvP. You win some, you lose some. Like when you go to Battleground, like you just die and respawn. Like you're just you just play, and it can never be 45 minutes longer than 45 minutes of your time. I don't think I've ever played a game lasts longer than 20 minutes. Right. And like Nick was saying, like I'll even play the way we play together when I play against other people, because I don't play ranked matches. I play with my built decks. So I'm like, today I'll just go and fuck around with this Paladin deck, see if I can win with
I just feel like there's like a disconnect in this game, because it's like you're behind these walls, and in Warcraft, like there's built-in things that like promote
they promote
social and community, but
because that's because you have to pay $15 a month, so they want that hook in you to like draw you through the progression of the game.
But in this game, you're like the Wizard of fucking Oz behind your computer screen. Like nobody knows what you're doing. You could, it feels very strange.
Well, they did just start a new event.
Fireside
Hearthstone to promote
Franklin D. Roosevelt's Fireside
to promote getting together and playing with friends live.
But that's what made Magic great,
right? But then they offer like rewards if you host a thing. You get a special card back. You get, and they're going to offer more incentives down the line. I mean, to a degree, I can kind of see what you're saying. But I mean,
kind of get behind it.
No, but we've evolved beyond the need to get together.
That is a bold fucking
We're sitting right here right now.
That's a bold fucking statement.
For gaming.
You're trading ease and accessibility for the human aspect of games.
Right, but think about when you used to have to do Magic, and part of Magic's big to do is it's weekend, Friday night Magic, Saturday night, they'd still do that stuff, but now with this and with Duels of the Planeswalkers and all the other stuff that you can play online, there's no like, now I can be at home.
Yep.
Now I don't have to worry. I don't have to take the gas. I don't have to go to the store.
Well, are people?
I'm just saying it's you're not seeing people in person, but you're also benefiting because you actually still get to play the game.
Right.
Real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick and I just finished a fucking awesome game.
Great job. Great job.
By the way,
I didn't see it, so I don't even care.
Awesome. Nick,
no, I hope it was good. I really hope it was good.
You know what it is too, and like with Magic.
I just want to say real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I had my hand up.
I forgot we were supposed to do that.
Yeah. No, but exactly what Luke's saying. I used to play Magic all the time, and I would get annoyed when I didn't have friends around to play it with, because I wanted to get better at it, but I couldn't practice it by myself.
It's
not like solitaire.
It's great that you can get on. I mean, I'm not bashing the technology. We live in the fucking space time. We live in goddamn future time. Whatever.
Right.
But I mean, do people get on Skype and like talk to friends? Do people like?
You can.
I'm on Skype when I talk to
type and type messages while you're playing.
You can actually type cross BattleNet too. You can talk to people playing Warcraft or StarCraft.
Oh, you know what's funny? Cranberry God wrote on the subreddit. He wrote,
my God, he's come back to us.
The God of Cranberries is here. He hath returned. He said lack of conversation and matchmaking, because you can't chat with random matchmade people.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of.
You can do emotes.
Right, which is so smart. Yeah. It's so smart.
Well, it cuts down on the
trolling.
The fucking Call of Duty shit.
Right, and you can only friend somebody to chat with them after the game. Like, it'll tell you who you've just played with.
Right.
And do you want to send them a friend request? So it can't be in the middle of the game, be like, Blaze at 420, go fuck yourself, or anything like that.
Right.
Like, instead it's just like,
good
game, like that's it. Nobody says that. Why did I just say
I do the well played all the time. I never get it back.
I never really did that. I never knew you could do that until I was playing you the other day, and I clicked on my guy, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You can also turn off your opponent's emotes if you don't hear it. Because some people will troll the shit out of you. You can squelch them, but like you can. There's a timer between how often you can emote, but there was a time I was playing with a guy, and every time it was off cooldown, he would just say thank you. And I was like, there's got to be a way to do this. And it's very clever. It's very streamlined. This whole thing is so streamlined.
And it's very nice. But I will say that having been playing on this, a lot of people talk a lot of people, when you drop a good set of hand, I get a well played.
Yeah.
I get a greetings.
Cool. More often than not. Right. It's positive.
The other day,
I get apologies.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I say, my mistake or whatever when I fuck up, and then people are like, "Oh, it's okay, whatever." It's interesting.
I was playing a guy the other day, and he had the same combo. Like this, we were playing like the very beginning of the game, and he did the exact same combo as me. And we were trying to I could tell we were both realized we had the same thing.
Yeah.
So we were, when you mouse over something, they see it turn orange.
Right.
So we were going back and forth over it,
check it out,
being like do, making them both glow red on each other's screens, being like, yeah.
And then you went
I think that's cool too, that you can see what your opponent is thinking, and so you can kind of get into the head of people playing. It's another tutorial. It is.
If a mouse slides over top of something, and you see it turn orange, you see they're looking at it, you're like, oh, they don't know what that card is.
When I know you and I, Paul, play Hunter decks, or I knew you used to at least.
I still have one.
I get a lot of that. Is that people always, when they're about to play their cards, they're counting my mana and what I could have for the next hand, especially early in the game, and they're always cursoring over the hero ability because they're always like, well, that's a 2 damage directly to my hero,
right?
Or a lot of times with warlocks too, you get that.
Yep.
They're like counting it by health and by subtracting. Holy shit!
Well, there's card counting in the game too, because they can only have 2 of each type. So if they use 2 mind controls on you, and mind control is a card that costs 10 mana that makes them steal one of your guys, or you can steal.
This is like the difference between playing football and coaching football. I would just rather play football.
Right.
I don't know. I never got into. I don't.
But I don't always have it in me to play a game of football. Whereas I can quarterback coach by watching it on a Sunday with my friends.
Yeah.
Look, I'm with you.
You don't have it in you to play football? I don't know. You're more addicted to football than I am, dude.
Here's what I'm with you a lot.
In this case, I don't think we're talking about football.
Being not football.
Not being not football.
I'm not saying I don't.
I was with
understand.
you 100%. I was like, this stuff's for nerds. And then I started playing it, and I was like,
it's not that it's.
God
I think it's
damn
for
it,
nerds.
it's so good. No, but I was saying that was what I
just don't. I like things to happen like the flow and the poetry of the motion of the things that are happening. I don't want to sit and think about and I understand that completely, the appeal to that. I don't want anyone to get me wrong.
There's a beauty to this.
There is a beauty
when you
to
see
it.
someone pull off this epic chain of they made the perfect decisions for 5 decisions in a row and just wreck you, and you're like, wow.
I've done things in Warcraft that they would sing songs about, and they're lost forever. That's gone forever.
Yeah.
It's only it's legend. It's only
agreed.
It's here told once this happened, believe me or not. In this game, it's well, then I added 2 plus 2, and then I got 4, and bam, there goes your cards.
Warcraft does that, but it just does it all automatically. You don't see all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
I agree with you.
It's like being in the Matrix, though. I have to be the math problem.
I was gonna say, I agree with you. I understand exactly what Paul's saying. It's great when the equation works out, and when you're like, oh my god, I solved it.
It's like solving a math problem.
Right, and it feels so good. But you can't deny that Warcraft is about numbers, and I'm not taking that. That's an old Warcraft meme.
I don't mean to.
No. I'm with you. I'm just saying that's an old time. This guy had this video once, and he was like, "You can't deny that when you play Warcraft, numbers come on the screen." And he was joking because, of course, all the numbers that pop up and all the numbers you have to read and compute, and it's. But Josh, you're absolutely right. You're more of a transistor for all of that information to come through.
It's flowing through you instead
and then
of
you make it usable on the other side.
It's not like a wall of numbers. It's happening to you.
It's another.
I feel
it's another level of video game playing. That's all. And this is casual. And there are people who play it, like we were saying about counting the cards and all that. You watch these videos, these guys who play a Nat Peggle Legendary, and it's they're like, what's the +1 of the chance of this guy having this many cards because now he's spent 4 mana and he can get a card here and all, and you're like, holy.
Just for the sake of transparency.
I just want to play the Moonfire card. Right. That's all. It costs 0 mana and it looks pretty. You know what I mean?
For the sake of transparency, I just want to say that I'm terrible at this game.
Yeah.
And it might be
that's because you haven't played it.
Well, it might be a little bit.
You'd probably get good at it if you tried playing it a little more.
I don't think anybody at this table is very good except for Paul, and Luke has a lot of really good cards. Boom, Luke.
I'm eat
trash. Eat a dick.
I don't even know what shit does.
That's fine. I think that's what it is. You have to experience it to understand what everything does, because that's my biggest thing. I feel like. I mean, I'm going to compare this to Magic throughout this whole thing.
No, that's good. We should definitely do that.
But with Magic, you kind of have this understanding of what the cards are and what deck they choose. You kind of be like, all right, well, dude's playing blue. He's probably going to counter a bunch of my shit, so I need to hide my summons with weak ones and strong ones kind of thing. and you kind of get a sense of that. And I guess like this does that enough too, but like I don't know what each of the hero things does to assume that from an opponent.
I know what you mean when you're playing if you're playing a druid and you know all the druid spells,
and then I go over to his hero thing and I'm like, oh, I guess that's what he does.
Yeah,
for that.
It's like because
you'll learn it though.
Yeah, and it comes with time.
And like we were talking about earlier, what I was saying to Luke, there are cards beyond the cards that you just unlock for each class, gaining up to level 10, which is when you unlock all the.
Legend has it there's a card that makes this game fun,
and no one's found it yet. But like when you're playing, like we were talking about hunters earlier and like getting zooed on or whatever. Like you're playing a hunter and like he's got nothing on the board and like 7 mana gems up. You're like, here comes the bullshit Alpha Wolf, Beaver Dam,
that's
High
happening.
Hound combo, and like you just because you know that stuff. So Nick, I know what you're saying until you have played enough, not you, but one has played enough to be wary of all that sort of stuff. It doesn't really, you're sort of just like, I'm playing the cards.
That was interesting when I played and I played a hunter and he did all that fucking pet shit on me and I was like, oh, I'm playing a hunter. Right. And then it clicked into my head. I was like, oh, okay, I understand this. Like, I understand what
that's what, like, Mike was always, like, we were playing, and you're like, oh, it's just like in the game when you did the mage shit to me, where you froze me, and then you ice lanced my guy, and it, like, did extra damage. Yeah. And it's like, there's, like, everything's, but that's what, it's cool, because it's like,
it is cool.
They completely mirrored the abilities of the MMO in these cards. Like, completely. And it's crazy how they did that.
So much so, because Josh and I played so much Warcraft, that it's easy for me to tell what is clearly a trading card game standard card.
Yeah.
Like something that would have come from Magic, as opposed to something that they just pulled from Warcraft.
Right.
Because I'm like, well, that's not thinking Warcraft at all. Like, there are simple things. Like, I'm looking right here, like, this one mana card on, like, a Hunter deck, Flare. That's a Hunter ability.
Right.
Like, you would think it's like, oh, that's just, it shows everybody who's stealth or shows their secrets, and you draw a card and all. And that's fine. But then there are other cards that's like, look at these 3 cards now. And it's like, why? That's not a thing that anybody does, because it has any cards in Warcraft.
But no, like looking at look at these 3 cards now is kind of like popping your abilities. Doing something to get rid of a cooldown. Yeah, it's like a cooldown pop. That's like
some of them are like Arcane Brilliance, Sprint. I understand those. I mean, those are actual abilities. A lot of them. And what's nice is they've hidden some of that stuff behind the ability names of either spells from classes or characters in Warcraft. Like the idea that like a battle. What's the lightning bolt called? It's like a battle ability.
It's like battle cry.
No, that's when you play a card.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like it happens every time some like an effect
I'm gonna
happens.
flip through and find it. But yeah, like a Gurubashi Berserker. Every time he has a lot of health, and every time his health pool gets damaged, he takes +3 or he gets +3 attack.
Yeah.
And it's like they just. I don't know.
They get like enraged, or
they get enraged.
Enraged is a card
enrage
ability.
is an ability too.
Exactly, and so they just took something from Warcraft that everybody who plays Warcraft knows. It's like, oh, Gurubashi Berserker. Those
I'm going to be this guy again. Why don't I just play Warcraft? I don't want to
you play Warcraft and you're in there for the long haul, and you're in there for like life.
If I could live in it, I would. I would just leave. I would leave all my friends and play it. I'd be like, you guys got this. Okay, I'm gonna go be a ghost. I'm gonna go be fucking a wizard now forever.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I want to play Warcraft.
Yeah, you're gonna live. You're gonna live in. When Snow Crash happens, you're gonna live in.
I will be in there.
The metaverse.
See you later.
Yeah.
And now,
sorry,
Josh. It's me. It's Mike. Oh God. Oh God.
Jesus.
It is. Slash it is.
He's on me.
There were a couple questions I had for you guys in like regards to like the way you play this game.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now how I play this game.
Something I want to talk about. I don't want to get off the Magic thing too quick. I actually do want to talk about. Xenonymous wrote in, and they said the lack of reaction, aka instants. And I know.
Oh my God,
Luke and Nick, you would know this. In Magic, you have cards called instants that you can play when it's not your turn, on your opponent's turn, to react to what they're doing.
Yeah.
You don't really have that in this game.
No.
You do have secrets, which are similar, but they're like more. They're like traps.
More like Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card kind of things.
Yeah.
The first, I'm gonna say like 10 rounds that I played, I had like damage cards, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna save this mana in case he casts something, because then I can fucking bust him up, and he can't even use it, and like really fuck him over. But like that, you can't do that. Like on your opponent's turn, there's nothing you can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
have to walk
away, basically.
Right.
Which is a big change from.
Well, it's a chess element to it.
Right. It makes it more like chess.
Yeah.
Do you think that
I play Ultimate Chess, where you can do whatever?
You punch the guy in the head.
My uncle taught me Ultimate Chess one time. He's a pretty cool guy. He drank a lot.
Jesus Christ.
That got real.
Got real.
Welcome to Substance Abuse, guys.
Monster Energy.
Do you guys
Monster
think
Uncle? Monster Energy drink.
mix it with bourbon?
I've done that.
Hell yeah, it's good. Do you guys think that like the lack of reaction hurts the gameplay, or do you think it's better? Like similar to the lack of mana, like needing to build mana into your deck.
I think it definitely speeds it up because it's just like
exactly. Yeah.
When you play Duel of the Planeswalker, it's like every action has like a
moment.
timer. Yeah, a moment where your opponent can react to it, and if they choose not to, they just choose not to, or they miss it, they miss it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very purely like that. I do miss that. Like I liked playing like a red deck,
right?
And someone will be like, "All right, well, I just got this fucking 6/6 beast out," and you're just like,
nope,
2 thunderbolts or 2 lightning bolts, boom, boom, and you're done. You know, like that was like a nice. Like fuck you, like that's what the red deck is. Like you play a red deck and you're like, oh great, this guy's gonna be a fucking
chaos.
dickhead. Yeah, it's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah,
but like there are cards like that in there, but like
there is a little bit of that in this. And almost every class has the like insta banish.
Yeah,
like
a kill card.
Card, yeah.
The kill cards,
right.
which like you play a guy and it's like, well, I've just been waiting for you to, because none of your even, and you can't attack with most of your things on the first turn when they put out.
Sleepy. They
but I
sleepy.
can, I can cast a counter on my turn, which is Shadow World or Shadow World, pain or death.
What polymorph,
with the priest,
assassinate, hex? Are you talking about
those
cards?
All
those, but like the priest also has like if it's a 3 attack or less or a 5 attack or more,
power word, shadow,
just
power word,
get rid of them entirely.
Pain and death.
Right in that 4 attack wheelhouse though is a nice little blind spot.
I love that.
So,
but you can build a deck around
countering a priest. 4 attack enemies are the way to go.
Yeah,
that's one thing too. Like I think Magic had it because I think Star Wars had it too. You had like a sidebar. Like if you played in tournaments, it was just like I don't know if it was wrong. I know there's like
cards that you could swap in.
Yeah, you had like 7 or 8 or some number of cards that you could be like, oh, you're playing a red deck. Let me put these in because these are really good.
Yeah,
I miss that from it because like when you see like a different kind of
they should add that in. They should call it respecking. Give me $1 million,
Bingo.
Blizzard.
Home run.
Yep. Yeah, it should be like because right now you can only have 9.
Josh, you should play this game.
Dude, it's great.
I have.
How many decks
I was terrible.
I think you can only have 9 decks. I think it's.
Can you buy more decks? Can you buy more slots
build
for
decks at a time? It's like the game where you can only have as many characters on a server.
So you can only have a character, right?
Yeah, you can only have as many characters on a server as there are classes. So you can only have
10 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
9.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll sell additional deck spaces, and I'm sure they'll probably do.
I don't think so. They're real stringent on that, like doubling down on a class. I mean, I'm sure they'll add one when they add Death Knight and Monk, which will come, I'm sure, eventually.
Yeah.
But
I would be Monk because I would just sit there and just be like, you can beat me, I don't care.
That's what's going to be interesting about next Ramus is they're going to be new heroes to play against.
Heroes for a class.
Right,
different class ability.
But you won't be able to play as them.
Yeah,
and some of they've said that some of the powers in there are going to be like fucking.
Here's what they are: Kel'Thuzad is a mage. That's number 1. Okay. Who else is in next round? That's it. Morgraine. He's a Deathman.
He's a Deathman.
He's a Death Knight. But yeah, no, I think Hunter is the only class right now that has a card that changes your hero. Isn't it Jaxar or whatever the fuck his name is?
Yeah, Lord Jaraxxus. Yeah,
you can change into you can give it up to become like one of like the Aranor or whatever.
I think that's a. I don't think it's Hunter only. I think Warlocks can use it too.
No, I'm saying it's Warlock only.
Or maybe it's Warlock. Oh, it's Hunter. Sorry.
Yeah, I may have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Paul, you were playing me with like a priest, I think, and then you played some card that turned anytime your hero got healed or any.
All my healing powers became attack powers.
So you're kind of like your priest turned into like instead of like healing you for 2, it became like
he becomes a dark priest.
Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
basically what
Shadow
he does.
Shadow priest.
Yeah,
that was cool.
So like what happens is you throw that out, and then suddenly instead of being able to heal myself every turn, I can do a blast damage of 2 damage and stuff, and it's awesome because you can just wipe out minions with it.
Yeah.
You can pop off minions with it. Yeah, it's the.
I don't have it yet.
That's right here.
What?
That's it.
Restores health. No, wait, hold on.
No, that's it. That was the card. I'm telling you.
I thought you were talking about Inner Fire. Change a minion's attack to equal to its health.
It's change all your healing powers into attack powers.
Oh, into attack powers. That is it. I'm sorry.
Acne. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Soul Priest. Well,
yeah, something Soul Priest. That one's awesome.
Yeah, that's really like it's a really nice like you could build a deck around like that idea and stuff. Something like you and I talked about very early on is that like the difference like Magic wise is like in Magic you summon creatures to like protect you basically.
Yeah.
So anytime you have like a creature on the field, like
they're pawns.
Your hero can't get attacked.
Yeah.
So
and in this game, it's all over the map.
It's all over the place until you have taunt. Taunt is the only one that acts like that. So like, all of my decks have taunt characters because I can't switch over to that mindset. Right. I'm like stuck in Magic where I'm like, I just need to get characters out to protect me while I can do other shit.
Well, that's weird because when I played, I did the same thing. I was like, well, taunts, they just won't hurt me. But then I was like, I'm still fucking dying all the time.
So Nick and I just played a hand, right? And you were just a mage just now, right? And I was a rogue. And the deck we just...
I think so, yeah.
They were played. And you had taunts, and I had none. All of everything I was playing was like spell forward damage.
Right.
So if you can...
You play the character like that? That's weird.
I know, isn't that weird? So in World of Warcraft, for those who don't know, there are, of the original 9 classes, there are some classes that have multiple role abilities. You can either tank, absorb damage, deal damage, sometimes called DPS.
Deeps.
Yep, do the deeps, or heal. And
that's just called heal.
And everybody has the ability to do more than one thing, or rather 5 of the 9 classes have the ability to do more than one thing, but 4 of the classes are damage only, and they're Hunter, Rogue, Mage, and Warlock. So they're all damage forward, and you can play those classes in this card game just like that. I mean, you can turtle on any one of those classes. I've seen people do it with a Warlock.
Hunter you can
Hunter
definitely
is
turtle.
Crazy because in the game your pets can taunt.
They do
in the actual game. Growl
tanking,
is the name of the ability. But like mages,
I was playing Luke the other night, and I had my original beast deck that I made when I first started playing the game.
Original beast deck,
dude. It was all taunts. How many taunts I have in that deck?
Pretty much every card you played through turn 7.
But there are ways around taunt. So Nick just played a taunt heavy deck, and I beat him with my rogue. Not because I'm good; it's just because it's chance. It's it's chance. It's how the cards work, how you play the cards. Yeah. But like mages have mirror image, so they're taunts, but they don't do any damage. They just direct the damage away from you, which is kind of cool, And also, Josh, I know what you like about the mages in here. They frost nova, so you can control the shit out of the board. You can just keep everybody in place and not let them do anything.
A very wise man once said, "You can never go home again, Mike."
That was my dad.
And I can't play not a mage. I can't
play not a mage. I know.
Can't.
I love you.
I can't do it.
Let's play Warcraft. Can you?
I would play. I would love to.
Let's go.
Does anyone play a shaman in this game?
I do. I play shaman in here.
In the collectible.
What
card
do
game?
people not play? I'll try to do that. Do people play druids? Are they trash?
People play everything.
I see a lot.
Priest is kind of out of meta right now.
Yeah.
I don't like.
What's weird is they were the big shit for a while.
Druid, it was huge.
Okay.
I remember this back in the beta when we were following it, or at least I thought they were. And of course, mage, because of the challenges, the mage is the starter deck. Like, can you make it great? But I don't run into a lot of rogues, and I don't run into a lot of warlocks, which is just like World of Warcraft.
I run into tons of warlocks.
That's just me. I don't know, because I don't do the
hunters
rank stuff.
And paladins all day.
Hunters
and paladins all day.
Mages and druids. I don't see a lot of shaman, Josh. I'll be honest with you. I don't see a lot of shaman.
Well, in ranked one anyway. So
I love shaman.
In ranked, there's a lot of and in arena, there's a lot of shaman.
Yeah.
But arena only lets you pick from
out of the 9 classes. I think I see like 9 classes. I don't see any death knights or monks. It's weird.
I haven't seen ultimate class.
I haven't seen not one of these classes.
Can I be on Nixia? Can I just be her?
They have. I don't think there's a card for Nixie, is there?
I don't think so yet. No,
I don't think so. There's cards for like Alastraza. There's a lot of cards. You got her. She the life binder. There are a lot of like really interesting.
Ragnaros.
There's Ragnaros. There's interesting lore characters that are built around really great cards. But can we all talk about our favorite cards real quick? Because I would love to hear what everybody's favorite card is.
Favorite cards.
Because I'm going to tell you, Luke, what your favorite card is.
You're going to tell me, but I don't think
Knife
you're going to be
Jones.
right.
Knife Jones.
No, Knife Jones is your favorite card of mine.
The Knife Juggler. It's a 2-mana card. It's 3/2, and you when you summon him, he deals 1 damage to a random enemy. Or excuse me, after you summon a minion when he's down.
Right.
He does 1 damage to a random
so
enemy.
he gets a free 1 damage attack every time.
Without even being played.
He's
without
annoying,
even
yeah.
Right.
Like it just like goes out. And that card's fucking OP as shit, dude.
Yeah, man.
What is my favorite card? I have to look at my deck.
It's really tough to come up with a favorite card.
My favorite card is the Loot Hoarder. If you follow me on Twitter, I don't know if you know that or not. His death rattle is you draw a card. And he goes, mind if I roll need? I just wanted to do that.
Mike did the actual voiceover for that guy.
Yep.
Mike likes my Millhouse Mana Storm too.
Get the fuck out of here with that card.
Millhouse.
Yo,
Millhouse.
your Faceless Manipulator is a big card that you play a lot.
I have it in 2 of my decks, so it does come up. It's a good one for my priest to have in there because it really helps counter somebody who's playing more high end shit.
Because you buff those cards to All Kingdom Come too.
And when you Faceless Manipulator, you get every single buff that you're like it's an instant copy of whatever it is right then. Right. So it's not a copy of that starter card. It's a copy of it, literally of what it is. Yeah.
Right.
My favorite card is when you go to the store and you buy a World of Warcraft card for
gift
$50.
card, yeah.
Let's see.
That one's mine.
What about you, Nick? What's your favorite?
I like that Alex Straza card.
I don't want to listen to Josh anymore.
It's a fun thing that.
That's good,
Straza,
Josh.
I like that. It's a nice leveler because it's like a 9 dragon, right? It's got 8/8, which is great.
Wait, what is it?
Alex Straza.
Dragon.
Can I see it? Can I see the card?
Alex Straza.
Oh yeah, I've Faceless Manipulated that once or twice.
Yeah.
She's because you can faceless manipulate your own cards or the opponent's cards.
What does the Faceless Manipulator do again?
It's a copy.
Yeah.
It's a copy
Yeah.
card.
Okay.
But what makes the Faceless Manipulator even better is when you're a priest and you mind control somebody's legendary, and then you Faceless Manipulator it, and then you get boom 2 legendaries.
That takes 2 turns.
Damn.
That takes 2 turns.
That's a long play.
But it's worth it.
That's a long con.
I just like this guy because I got it in like a random deck, right?
It's a pretty cool
so,
card,
like,
yeah.
The battle cry is you set a hero's remaining health to 15.
So that's when you first play it.
Yeah, so it either, if you're low, it bumps you back up to 15. If your
Or if
enemy's
they're high,
it brings that down. That's really nice.
Because of her life-giving fire. She's
see.
the red dragon.
I was looking at this crafting stuff. Like, Deathwing is in here.
Yeah, he
which
is.
is like pretty crazy. He like destroys all other minions and you discard your hand.
Just like he does in the game.
Yeah, he destroys the world.
Kills
Capitalism.
But then like there's cards in here that cost more than 10, which is crazy.
Because
there's
they have to
only
come down.
there are
The
only
giants.
2. Yeah, so
Sea Giant.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Molten Giant and Mountain
Molten
Giant. Yeah.
I play this. I used to run a Sea Giant
I
out
have a
there
Sea
every
Giant
once in a while.
in some decks, my mage deck.
I like his side lore thing. He gets terrible heartburn because he's full of lava.
all the flavor text in the crafting mode, or like if you don't have cards or whatever, but all the flavor text on the cards is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
really
wrote
funny
something
stuff.
funny for every one of the cards, which is great.
great,
Which is
yeah.
very
Yeah, that's
Blizzard.
very well.
There's like the dude that has this son who comes when you kill him. He's like his father was killed by Garage, so don't put him in the warrior deck because it's insensitive.
You're right. Yeah,
Or something
that's
like
a Karn Bateman.
Yeah.
I play him all the
It's
time.
like it would be insensitive to use
Or
him in
Bloodhoof,
the,
excuse me, yeah.
yeah.
Nick, I love Leroy Jenkins. Don't you love that card?
Yeah, I don't remember what it does.
Leroy Jenkins is one of the best cards in this entire game.
It is.
Only because it's really versatile. It can work in a lot of different types of decks.
So goddamn cheap.
Well, it's charge. It's 6 damage.
Yes.
And
It's a fireball for 4.
Right.
Yeah.
And he summons 2/1/1 whelps for your opponent, which is like
which can be countered easily. But he's,
well, no,
he's a
but
good
it's
round.
like go fuck yourself. Thank you for the 1/1 creatures, you dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's easy to play in a mage hand that's going long if you've already played a fireball, right? And it'll only cost you 8 mana to go fireball Leroy Jenkins, and you're doing 12 damage.
Yeah.
And when Nick and I were playing, I think I had a 3/2 minion on the board, but Nick had 15 health, and that was it. It was like I don't even think we got. And I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that was just the cards I had in my hand.
Right.
It's really because I think I'd already played a fireball against a minion, like kill like a big hitting minion, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I have another one now. You know, Antonidas is really good though too. He gives you a fireball for every spell you cast.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
The legendaries are of course OP, and like they're
But even the regular cards, like,
really hard to get.
Some of the
Yeah.
rares, just the blue gem. The epics are cool, but some of the blue gemmed cards are awesome.
The best one
Defender of Argus.
Defender of Argus.
Play that.
Defender of Argus is in every deck, pretty much every deck I have.
deck.
Right.
This
Because-
guy makes taunts on both sides.
Yeah,
of the
you throw them
card.
down.
Like
Those guys
1/1
get
taunts.
+1/+1 taunt on each side of them. So you just like in the Murloc deck that I have, I'm
my
already
God,
buffing them like crazy, and then you throw that down between some of the non
I
guys.
don't want to talk to you anymore.
Paul was playing. You were playing priest, and there's this one guy that you throw out, and he just like can't attack.
Yeah, the Watcher guy.
Oh,
And
the
I was
Watcher.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to fuck this guy up. So
Yeah,
I just
then
kept like hitting him every time, and then Paul put out that fucking guy that gives him taunt.
Defender
I was
Vargas,
like,
yeah.
fucking asshole.
You can taunt him. The
That's my
Watcher-
reaction to most cards that get played.
God,
Fucking asshole.
The Watcher's great because I got baited on a Watcher once. Somebody put a taunt on him, and so I dispelled him, and then he can attack.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, just get rid of that. That's brilliant.
when you cast silence on him.
Yeah, I fucked
it
myself in the ass on
silences
that one.
everything on him.
Yeah, I love that card because it's really versatile too. The Watcher, and it's so funny putting it out there. Like I love getting it like turn 2 out there and just like throwing it out and being like, well, are they gonna mess with it or are they just gonna let it sit there?
Right.
Because it's a little a little tease. It's like I love doing stuff like that where it's like I'll throw this out there and maybe it's part of my long term plan or maybe it's just sitting out there and people can like decide if
It's
they're gonna hit me.
people who would bind. I'm sorry, talk about Warcraft.
No, it's good.
It's like people who would bind that the Vargas.
Wait, which one?
The Vargas silhouette statue to their blink on their mages,
I know
and they would
exactly.
wear the same thing that Vargas would wear, and they would blink, and they would drop the statue right where they were, and you'd see people fall for it. They would attack
They attack it all the
They'd
time.
try to attack the statue, and it's like
That's
little stuff
awesome.
like that is cool, and stuff like that in these games does appeal to me. I don't.
However,
I don't know. I'm just not very good at it.
Look,
I'm just
I
not
understand
good
where
at
you're coming from with not liking it. You like the more Twitchish type of experience.
it. What does that mean?
Like it's twitchy. It relies more on your instincts than it does.
Warcraft, you have to
on-
be good at playing the video game. You have to be good
Right.
at actually doing the thing. It's not
Yeah.
about just thinking about the game,
Right.
which also
It is,
Which
yeah.
you can also. We've talked about Warcraft before.
I don't like to feel like I'm not in control of it.
Right, it runs the gamut. Like you can just press the buttons in Warcraft and understand the game, or you can press the buttons and not understand the game, or you could press the buttons like a fucking like you're playing a piano and understand the game and fucking dominate.
When I
like,
play
the game just
right.
runs the whole gamut.
When
you
I
know?
play like Warcraft, there's no situation. I played for so long. There's no situation I could get myself in, player versus player wise, that I couldn't get out of.
Agreed.
I got to that point where it was just like I can get out of this.
Yep.
And in this game, it's like I don't want to learn how to walk again. I'm like Worf in that episode of Star Trek. Just kill me.
right.
Just fucking kill me. Just end my life.
Josh, I
don't
want to
wanna
give you a
try
new
again.
spine. It's called Hearthstone. Get out! Get out! Take
Leave me
Alexander
alone.
out of here.
So I don't
No,
know.
I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, what I like about this game is I still like games that are. I will probably play WoW again at some point. I really enjoyed playing WoW.
Paul, the door's always
I
open
know.
for you.
I'm waiting for
There's
the
always a
expansion.
seat for you at the table of Henry Zhao's textbook, the name of my new guild.
Oh,
Our
yeah?
new guild, excuse
Beautiful.
What is it called?
Henry Zhao's textbook. Josh, would you like to tell him why?
It's from that Pokemon video. I just had deja vu, by the way.
The Chinese myth
No,
dragon.
Luke just
Yeah.
always looks like that when you look at him.
Henry Zhao. Oh.
Snorlax, more like Borlax.
Bye, Luke.
All right,
Um,
it's on the internet.
it's on the internet. You can look it up.
That's probably why I haven't heard of it.
Our last guild was called the Sephiroth Vegetas.
That's true.
We
I've
were
heard
great.
about them every fucking day of my life.
We were great. We were a great guild.
Great guild.
Rip in peace.
Rip in pieces.
What I like about this game is, for me, I've always liked strategy games because it allows me to sit back. Like I really enjoyed some of the times we played in WoW. Like, super intense. Like TB when we would be like, when we'd be sitting there like holding down a spot
Yeah,
or
man.
like taking it over. Like I love that. But there's times where I'm like, it's too much for me. Like I just want to sit back and just let my brain do all the
You know
work.
what else can be too much? When somebody's sucking your dick real hard and it's too good.
Yeah.
I
That's a
understand
different kind
that.
of too much.
I mean, I understand that when someone's sucking your dick like right off your body, how that might be too good,
Yeah.
and how you would want to not have that.
Can I, Paul? You actually just you guys had said something earlier, and it reminded me. So we're talking about this game that you don't have to be in the same room as somebody, or the idea that we don't have to all play together. But some of the best time we ever had playing Warcraft is when we played together. And that game, even though it's massively, and you are playing obviously with other people as opposed to a solo experience, a lot of console and other computer games like offer you and whatnot.
Nothing ramps up the experience like sitting right next to somebody like, hey, check this out.
Yeah, by sitting next to the guy that you're
stupid as shit.
Dude, sit next to the guy you're either laughing with or you want to break his neck over some shit. Like,
at Sergio's when we all made trolls and we just started a troll guild. And we were just like, let's just make trolls for the night.
Trolling.
Just screw around,
It's only troll guild.
troll
Trolling.
guild.
We haven't done a lot of this Hearthstone in the same room, and I wonder if maybe that even though this is the more efficient Magic, is it going to kill off a type of video game playing the way that Warcraft and other MMOs maybe have killed off the LAN?
I don't think so.
I
Like
doubt it.
the Fireside chat,
But the LAN
or
doesn't
Fireside
exist
chats
anymore, does it? Anybody having like Quake LAN tournaments anymore?
Yeah, PAX was full of it.
There's a huge room full.
All right. So how many days of the year is PAX?
That's
90.
just one small
Because I play this
example.
every day.
There are plenty of get-togethers all over the place, and it's especially
personal.
No, but this is especially true because of MOBAs. People love playing MOBAs
in the same room. All right. Well, I'm learning.
And I think this. I
question
play this,
answered. Thank you, Luke.
I play this game with Jen, and we play it together. And she plays on her iPad, and we can look at each other and like not be screen looking on each other and like talk shit and have fun and play this. We do it all the time.
What's interesting about that too is when I see you guys both on and both playing together, I know to leave you alone because I'm like, well, clearly they're playing together. So I guess there's that level of.
I know when you go.
It's
up
like
to
when there's
the
a
same...
sock on the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know when you go up to your room with Jen. That's I can't go up there with you.
But the only thing about that,
play this more often.
I agree.
Hey, how come we didn't get a pack for playing in the same room? What the fuck?
I don't know.
No.
How do you set that up?
Wait. You have to actually sign up for the Fireside thing.
I'm with Josh now. Uninstall all F4.
You have to make like a local spot. Yeah, I don't know.
So you make it a hotspot or something.
Yeah, it's you actually have to set up like a little server or something like that.
Let's do
we'll do it. Yeah, we should definitely do it.
I want more packs. I just bought a pack and didn't get anything good. I disenchanted the whole thing.
Oh man,
isn't that the worst? You get 5 cards and it's like doubles.
Yep.
I did get those 2 legendaries in one pack though. It's because I'm really pro. It's because I had total control over
I got
happening.
1 pack of all rares once.
That's awesome.
I got 4.
Yeah, dude, I love when he says it.
It's like getting 5 white sharks.
Fuck you! I was just gonna be like that one time that.
Yeah, then you get 5 sharks, 5 great whites.
It's like getting your dick sucked off 5 times.
It's too good. I just had to throw the pack away. It was too
5
good.
times? What are you, a pro?
I deleted the candy off my computer.
I would argue that WoW is having really good sex.
WoW's like getting high and having sex.
I don't know what's getting your dick sucked off. I don't know what video games
Josh, because then you don't want to do anything else after.
You're just like, this is the only way I can do it.
How it is. Josh always talks about how you may have heard him say it on this podcast before, but I know Josh sometimes will say, he's like, listen, I've played video games my whole life. I haven't played as many video games as other people or as hardcore as other people. He's like, but I played the video game.
Yeah.
And I played it forever. And after playing Warcraft, even though I took like a 2-year break and came back to it, I'm starting to get that chip on my shoulder again. I'm like, yeah, no, I played video games. I played the video game.
It was an event.
There's only one.
It was an event.
Why would I ever play anything else?
How long do they keep your character, just out of curiosity?
Forever.
You could be like,
delete it, you can
be like, hey, Blizzard, in 2006, I deleted a character.
Oh, yeah.
Really? It was this class.
This is heroin, man.
They know.
For the 7 million people who are paying $15 a month, they're going to keep your character forever.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're ready to get you back at any point.
When I die, my character will still be there.
There's that great short documentary that British kid made called IRL.
Yeah.
And it's about how he let... I was about to say how Warcraft ruined his life, but then I changed it to how he let it work. Because I was going to offend what I love. Right. But he talks about that. He talks about... his character's name was Severin. It's a great name.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'll stop playing. He's like, and Severin will be just frozen in time, and the world will move on around him, and he'll be there forever.
That is so interesting because that is exactly what this game is mirroring. It's mirroring this fantasy mythology, legend of heroes and storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's in real life. It's just mirroring that exact same thing. Yeah. When I play this game or I play Star Wars, I get to be somebody else that I don't get to be in real life. Because fuck me in real life. I fucking suck in real life,
Stop.
you know?
Stop.
But but I mean
podcast over.
But in Hearthstone I don't get to feel that way because you're another thing I didn't like was you're a template. You're Jaina Proudmoore and you gotta be Jaina and I don't want to be Jaina. I want to be me.
I like the thing I like about it is the theoretical idea behind the game. We've talked about this, that you're sitting down at a table in a tavern and you're taking a break out of the adventuring to do this for a little bit.
You're not Jaina because when you play
That's
when you go
too hipster doofus.
when you go through the ranks, you're given an identity. You're like either a chicken or like a gnome, and like you play against like the innkeeper, and you play against other people as you're going up, or at least that's the rank level, even though you're playing against real people.
Right.
So you're supposed to be a person taking on the persona of. You're supposed to be a person in the World of Warcraft playing a deck of the hero from World of Warcraft.
And redoing their great feats. Things like the Naxxramas thing is going to be
rating next
rating that, and
That's
you're
actually
doing
pretty clever.
at level 62.
And these boxes that you play, that all the cards are in when you open up the game, are sitting in actual taverns.
They're in the World of Warcraft. They're in the inns, like the Lion Pride Inn in Goldshire.
They're selling this hard.
When you go to the Lion's Pride Inn in Goldshire or any other place for that matter, it's sitting on the table. Now I wonder at what point are they going to implement you being able to play.
Click the box when you're in the game.
And it just plays through.
Because they'll do it,
they've added pet battles to the game. They've added Pokemon to that. I imagine that at some point that'll make its way to the mobile device now that Hearthstone's making its way to the mobile device, and then they'll just have everybody.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can you gamble and become addicted to gambling from this game? Are there underground gambling rings?
I'm sure.
Probably.
Yes.
Hit me up. Let me know.
Paul, tell us how great the ambiance is.
The ambiance is
I
great.
wish Don was here.
The chatter of the people behind you, the cheers when you get off a big hit, like people are standing around watching you.
That's
the music,
the music is cool.
Music is fantastic.
The board has little things that you can play with while you're like sitting around like waiting.
I'll say this though, with that, I'm disappointed though, because when you have the setting that has the gong, I forget.
Oh yeah.
The Pandaria one,
right? The Pandaria one, right? But like, you have the gong on yours because you play from the bottom, and I have the gong on mine because I play from the bottom.
Well, you don't hear the dumb shit I do.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, if I bang the gong, you don't hear it.
No,
you want everyone.
It's
just for me, and I hate that. I want to bang the gong.
You want to annoy the shit out of somebody else.
It's not that I want to annoy you, but if I'm sitting
It's
there,
like going to Arrowhead Stadium.
The fact that I'm firing the fact that I'm firing the catapult.
I agree with you.
To like. Just be like,
lol,
I'm firing a catapult, bro.
It should be just like the taunts or the emotes. You should be able to squelch it if someone's being annoying with it, because it is funny. Like if you're just like sitting there playing with it.
But you can break some of the things, like how you can push the barrel down the well and stuff like that, or the bucket down the well. Like you can break
squash all the melons.
You know what else is cool too? If you lag out and then your game comes back from lag, somebody knocks the table. Have you guys run into that yet?
No, I've never had that.
I didn't know it was happening to me, and I kept on looking up the forums, and somebody's like, that's when you lag out and you miss your turn. The table gets knocked, and everything shakes. It's really interesting.
That's fun.
Yeah, they did a lot of fun things. Just the way, like the like theoretical stuff sitting around the game is really cool, and I think it's just really, really well thought out. It's just like any Blizzard thing, man. They just really,
smart. Yeah, they know.
Like
what
you said, man, they were like, well, we just made it better.
I think these Blizzard folks are going somewhere, guys.
They just know how. Yeah, they know how to take something and go, let's make the better version of that.
Let's make it the better version, right?
Yeah, they're perfectionists, man. It's crazy.
That's really interesting.
I think there's might be one last thing we should talk about for now. Actually, those two things. What is your deck building process? Do you guys have any specific things, or do you just kind of...
If it looks cool.
Yeah, I haven't built enough to really like have a thing.
A process?
Yeah, I pretty much just add like whatever card is for that class.
Right.
And then...
I was doing
taunts.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's your deck building process right now. It's magic based. You said it's like
that's really it.
Yeah, you're just you're sticking with.
I still need to play Rogue. I haven't played.
Rogue's really fun.
Which one haven't I played?
It's fun, but it's hard to win.
Right.
Yeah, Rogue and Hunter.
I'll say that it's fun to play because sometimes the synergies, like with like putting cards back in your deck or clearing the board and stuff like that, it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. And to make that more complicated, there are general cards like that will allow you to return cards to your deck when you play those cards, so you can get their battle cries again and all that sort of stuff. And I'm far from a master of having to do any of that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know if I have a strategy per se, because I love playing. Luke and I have played before, and I'm like, watch out! This deck's a wild man. Like, I'll do like a shaman deck with bloodlust in it, and make it minionless. So the only minions I ever play are like the totems that you can summon.
Right.
And then when I get all those out, since nobody sees me putting any minions in, then I'll bloodlust and like just
wreck them with the totems. Yeah.
Right. Like there's all kinds of dumb shit I'll do, but I'm with Nick. I'll generally stick to like a theme for it because I think that's fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I like to do with like Murlocs. I was like, I saw them in there, and I was like, I want to make a deck around those guys. Yeah. That's fun.
The damage classes I do a lot of spells with, and then my Paladin deck, which I know Luke and I have talked about before, I like my Paladin deck. It's legendary free. It's something I just like to play a lot, but it's very buff heavy. Mm-hmm. Like where it's a variety. It's like one of every type of buff minion.
Yeah.
So I'm buffing minions off of minions, and then I have the spell buffs on top of that. So I could end up with 4 or 5 people out on the board who are each 4/2.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, Jesus Christ, that's 16 damage in a turn if I don't handle that. That sort of thing. Right. So, I don't know.
No, that's exactly it. What about you, Luke?
It varies, like class to class. Like I'm trying to work on just focusing on a handful of classes, but I still need to test more out. Like I'm tinkering with the shaman a little bit, and that when I'm tinkering, I throw like everything in there, and then for a match, and then I pull things out, and then I put other things in. Like when I'm messing with a deck, like I don't really stick with the same deck multiple games in a row.
Right.
But I have a good solid like basic priest that I like. That I just like, having experience in previous collectible card games, like what kind of combos can make like a control deck, or I like working the long game. My priest is very much a long game deck, where my other decks are not so much. But the priest just has so many cool cards that are like, if I can get this out here, and then this, 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 and like even if this other guy is doing things, as long as it's not fucking Paul's Murloc deck, I can to the fault of that long deck. If you have a deck that's built around the short game, I'm dead.
Right.
Dead before we reach turn 10.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I'll run into people who play these unbelievably smart
rush decks.
I've seen hunters play rush decks where they have 2 cards on the board, and I'm dead before we get to the max mana gems. It's crazy, and there's just nothing I can do to counter them.
Yeah, I killed Nick in round 5 with my Murloc deck.
Oh, did you? That's cool.
What is your hero class that you play?
You asshole.
He's a warlock.
Warlock,
okay, that's right.
Because he's all about cheap minions and draw power. Because his hero power is you sacrifice 2 of your life to get another
Luke
card.
is jerking off the because he's so angry about it.
You get another card. So what I do is like every turn I'm just drawing more cards into my deck, and with that I'm able to get all these Murlocs in my hand, and I can play a ton of Murlocs because they're cheap. And then they all buff each other because they're all synergized together.
It's kind of a dickhead thing to do.
Because Paul knows he's never going to dip below like 20 health because the game's never going to make it far enough for me to do that much damage.
I do all the damage.
He does all the
myself.
damage to himself.
Typically, I don't get hurt. I hurt myself. I'll go down to like 25.
Like a warlock.
And dude,
exactly.
when you and I played once, I had you within kill zone range, like on my mage. Like I had you like
vector.
I thrust vectored you like down to like you had like 11 health. And I just couldn't breach, because you just kept on tapping for cards. And this happens a lot when I play with Luke. Is like right now I'm just fucking around in practice mode just so we can look at the board or whatever. And I burned all my cards away.
Right.
Like I still have like 17 cards in my deck.
Right.
Full mana, and I have 2 cards.
Yep.
Like now when I'm playing you and Luke, like you guys have like full hands, like 7 cards. And I'm like, geez, there's nothing I can do to like outmaneuver all that shit. You know what I mean? So
it's key to have like a bunch of cards. That's like there's different things you could have. Board control they call it when you have more minions. Card advantage when you have more cards in your hand. Card advantage, obviously, if you have more cards, you have more options, which means you can react better to what your opponent does. Board control, you can obviously control their minions better and thus do more damage and stop them from doing damage with minions. And then there's another type of strategy. I forget what the third strategy is for.
Of course you would, Paul.
The only way to win is not to play.
I don't know if you guys feel like this. I feel like when I play, I feel like it's a race to 10. Like I feel like I'm like, all right, we can fucking get the 10 mana, and then we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
But then I feel like by the time I get to there, I burn through all my cards, and I'm just like, all right, well, let's just see what the next card.
Look at this game we're playing right now. I'm playing against
right
Computer on Expert, which is still fairly easy. Just it's
so
no, because I'm terrible, man. And so like we're both at 10 mana. Neither of us have any cards. We're both playing mages, and I just got a draw 2 cards like an Arcade Brilliance. So now it's like, I guess what the fuck am I gonna do now?
Actually,
you know what I mean?
Like when it gets to that, I like
just got
that
lucky
because it's
shit.
like,
look at that fucking shit. Jesus,
You got a fireball.
I got
and
a fireball and a
frostbolt.
frostbolt. Frostfire, bitch. Josh, can I invite you to come play with me sometime?
Sure.
Why don't you? Because you and I never got to play, and we played Warcraft together forever. So why don't you and I try to play maybe, and we could talk on Skype over it? Not that I'm going to teach you how to play, because God knows I don't know how to do it.
Sounds like fun.
It's me trying to get you to play the WoW again.
Because I know
the
make
Star
this
Wars
game fun, you guys could definitely do it. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I enjoy playing with these guys way more than I like playing random people online.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I even attempt to play ranked or casual games is where I test stuff out when nobody else is online, or Mike's in Warcraft. And ranked I play just because during the seasons, which are what, a month?
A month long.
Yeah, a month long. Like if you reach a certain rank, you unlock
level 20, which is pretty easy.
Yeah,
or you get
once you reach level 20, you get a special card back, or there are other rewards.
Your card back, I'm looking at it right now. You got the Pandaria one, and I'm jealous as shit because all I have is the stupid Hearthstone one that's worthless.
The one,
but the one that they have available now, the Black Temple deck.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
gross.
I think it looks good.
Get out of here!
It looks
Paul.
like a
Shut up.
stained glass. It's cool.
Where do you see what it looks like?
Oh, they just announced. It's been in WoW News, like WoW Insider. They had.
Okay, gotcha.
They announced it like yesterday.
I like it.
Josh, the clock tells the real time.
The clock tells the real time. I just clicked on the
I'm
bucket until it went away.
Continue.
Make that eagle bird fly.
I just did that.
Oh wait, here's
I can turn out the lights.
Yo, guys, you know what I love about the
Lights out.
You know
Lights out. Eagle Griffin.
Hey, we're playing Hearthstone on the Hearthstone cast.
I like petting the griffin because he's like a cat. He like he cleans himself.
Yeah, and he looks up at you and he's like,
a cutie.
leave me alone.
He's a cute.
He's like Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon.
He's like Sharptooth in World of Warcraft.
Whoa!
Yes.
We broke him. Did I see something fall? I'm sorry.
No, I just feel like I dodged the bullet.
from cute.
But
hell is going on?
I mean, Josh, we could try it out. I would recommend focusing just on one class right away,
Hunter.
and then Hunter or Mage, I would say, and then like in the real game, and like roll Hunter or Mage to start off.
I'm
with.
not gonna be no Huntard ever.
That's you goddamn right.
I ain't never gonna be a
Josh, I
Huntard.
just got level 90 Hunter in Warcraft. I'm sorry. It's my third 90. I'm sorry.
I'm
It's a Hunter.
disappointed.
I know.
Hunter is
I know.
sweet.
Druid was number 2 though. Druid was
Hunter
my second.
is
90.
stupid.
Yeah?
Priest son.
Hunter's like, you know what? I'm lazy.
Well, can I put this out there to everybody? So, for those who don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but we all play video games together here, along with Dom, a lot of our other friends peripheral to this show, and some of the other content that we've done before. But everybody sitting at this table, sans Luke, has played Warcraft together before.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Nick has an incredibly busy life, but him and his lovely wife played with us before. And
he got stuck in the burning steps, and we had to go rescue.
We had to go rescue Nick because he left his Hearthstone in his bank, ironically enough, which was an adventure for everyone.
I remember that. That was great.
Josh, come rescue me, Josh. I'm on my way, Nick.
That's the shit. That's the shit that can't happen in this game. That only happens in
World of Warcraft.
I like flew down on my dragon. I'm like,
dude, and the first time you ever came like riding up on like your Elec, and you were like all huge in the game and everything. I was like, Josh, that's amazing. And you're like, someday this will be you, son.
Yeah.
It's like a Western. Like you're the guy who rides in the town. I'm the little boy. I'm like, wow.
It was like the reward, that cartoon. That
Yep.
Josh took me to the outside chapel and married me.
But I mean, Luke, I would invite everybody here, guilt free, to come try Warcraft.
Guilt free.
Guilt free.
Addiction free.
Hey, the first one's on me.
Look, I've been bothering you for 4 years now to play Warcraft, just to try it.
Yeah.
It's free to level
Luke would
20.
hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
about
love
that.
to know what you thought about it, though.
He'd hate it.
Because you've never played an MMO before.
That's not true. I played DC Universe
I'm
Online.
sorry. You've never played a fantasy MMO before.
Right. I've never played an MMO I can't play with a controller.
Right, there you go.
I don't like doing that.
But your lovely wife,
He'd hate
in
it.
her infinite wisdom, she used to play the EverQuest.
Evercrack.
Yeah.
Evercrack?
And
Yeah.
I've asked her a couple times to come play the WoW because I'm a drug dealer, and she's like no. And I was like, okay, but I think for science, you should come and try Warcraft. Paul, your triumphant return after years of vacancy, and Josh, would you grace the world of Warcraft by entering the Valley of Heroes again?
Don't do that.
Sure.
So Nick,
I'm not going to do it.
I know Nick's out.
I'm already
I
addicted
think
to
when we
the
play
games.
games where like the learning curve for all of us is all the same. We're all on the same experience together and learning from each other.
I also like that sometimes. But there's other times I like to run a train on a motherfucker.
I like those times when it doesn't involve a lot of time.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about this game is it's casual with the ability to go crazy. If you
It's
want
really deep. It's as deep as you want to go.
That's the beauty of the free to play / pay to win. It's both, because you can do the free to play and you can play with your friends and you can play casual mode and you can do all this stuff.
I got 2 modes, Paul.
Yeah,
flirting around and balls deep.
And
no in between.
That's what this game. That's what this game
no in
offers.
between.
Oh, cool win for you, bro. Cool win for you.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
Let's wrap this one up. I'm going to continue. So let's hear what you guys would say, Luke.
Yeah, I'm continuing. I mean, I'm playing right now, so
Yeah.
continue.
Josh. Come on, just say game over.
Game over. I'm just gonna not play.
I'm continuing, man. It's fun.
I would definitely continue.
You guys are fucking dorks, man.
The continues have it, but we're going to do something different. We're not going to continue this game for the next episode because we said a lot about it, and we might have kind of tried a lot
fuck
of
you, Luke!
Okay, never mind. We got stuff to talk about. We're playing it next time. No, we're gonna save it. We're gonna play it some more, and we're gonna talk about this game again after Naxxramas comes out, and there's a little bit more to talk about as far as advancements in the game and developments in the game.
Josh, when Mr. Ramus comes around, I want you to play.
I'll play it.
Remus knows, dude.
Well, you're gonna be prepared because we'll just fuck around for 1 or 2 nights. You don't have to build decks and level and all that shit. We'll just and
you can ready. You can fucking capture footage of Paul running a train on me.
Yep.
Just his Murloc deck just rolling over my corpse.
Man, I mean, if we all just played some World of Warcraft, maybe we could do a podcast about that.
Maybe we could.
Maybe we could. Paul is ear to ear while talking about Warcraft because you're like I want to play. When we were talking about it earlier, he was like, oh man, I'm ready for that new expansion to come out, and that's not coming out till December. It's not coming out a day earlier than December 20th. That's what they. I mean, they said that day because they were like, it'll be out in the fall.
Yeah.
And it's the last day of fall. But
I
would be blown away if they released it any earlier than that. They're not even in beta yet, and it's already May.
Well, we'll find out at BlizzCon.
Yeah, in October?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But by that time, I'm sure they'll have a date in mind. The beta will have been out by then.
Yeah.
It's usually 25 weeks after beta starts. This is really interesting content for the podcast. I'm sorry.
It's usually 25 weeks after the beta starts. And that's when I plan my 3rd trimester.
So we're gonna pick another game. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do a poll and not lie to you this time.
Yeah, we lied to you last time.
We lied to you and said that we were gonna do that, and then we're like, nah, let's just play Hearthstone.
That's how much these idiots wanted to play Hearthstone. They were just like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
We're playing Hearthstone. So we're gonna actually put up a poll and let you guys decide on what the next game's gonna be out of a couple that we choose. And
Dragon Warrior,
which is always on the list for Josh.
Nobody picks it.
No, never.
I wouldn't subject you to that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
It's
I don't want to. I don't want to.
I don't know. You guys made me play Hearthstone though. So.
Yeah, maybe we owe you one.
No, you don't know.
I think the podcast is better when one of us doesn't like the game, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
I know it's usually Nick and we pick on him for it and everything, but like it's kind of nice when like it goes around the table. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I love hating games.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna wrap this one up, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
We can't end it. Luke is still playing me.
Nope, we're ending it. It's
no!
down. This game will live forever. It'll be in limbo forever.
I will hunt you down.
Bye, guys. Great now.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TCGs. My name is Nick.
I'm Paul.
Josh.
And I'm Luke.
Mike.
And today we got a great topic. It comes from our subreddit. It is from Sunny Q. You are abducted by peaceful, extremely intelligent aliens who wish to learn more about the human race. They ask you to choose 3 things to beam up to their ship regardless of size and physics to represent the human race. What do you choose?
Oh my god.
Whew.
That's fucking huge.
Oh, ready? Here we go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The Whopper.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Go on.
Netflix.
Netflix.
How do you beam up
And the
Netflix?
hydrogen bomb.
All right, well, okay, wait a minute.
That's some Stargate shit right there.
I think he got it.
Looks like my turn over. Done. Go.
I think he got it.
How do you beam up Netflix to them? Like in terms
Regardless of
Digitally.
size or shape.
Regardless
Digitally.
of size or shape. It's just here's the entire
Here's computer
Netflix
to watch
library. You can
Netflix.
watch
Right.
all of humanity's.
Okay. And then blow the
Beauty
fuck
of
up.
digital media. Don't even have to beam it.
Right.
Just download
It's
it.
already beamed.
It's already beamed.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
hateful.
tough.
Think about it.
What are you gonna do with that hydrogen bomb?
Yeah, dude, they're peaceful.
No, they're peaceful. You ask 3 things that show what humanity is.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're peaceful. We're not.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Maybe this is our chance to get a foothold on their fucking planet.
no.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
All right.
Who's abducting
Here's
you?
mine. Here's mine. A fucking sick ass bowl of ramen.
Okay.
Delicious.
Okay.
Humans make
Reason
delicious. 2, World of fucking Warcraft, because you can find all the social shit that goes on in the world inside of that. 3, motherfucking Tommy gun, and I'm gonna shoot them all, steal the spaceship, fly out into space, eat ramen, use a cloning machine to clone the ramen all the time, so I always have ramen. Play World of Warcraft. from space.
There's no like diminishing return on that ramen.
Free of physics, Josh.
Free of physics, and they got that clone and shit up in there, and I'm gonna show them what humanity's all about. It's about jacking their shit and running off with it.
It's about jacking their shit.
Holy shit!
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Mess with me, aliens. Abduct me in the middle of my Hearthstone game.
Holy
Get out of here.
shit, dude.
That's
Fuck
good.
out of here.
All right, I think what I'd beam up. So I think like some kind of museum or Smithsonian would just give them like everything they would need to know.
Right.
Right. Get all that
About
dumb
like
shit out of the way.
about the facts about like
Okay,
what
sure.
we've done, history, all that dumb shit, right? But that that doesn't include the human element, the feelings, right? That's why we beam up Michael
Schindler's
McDonald, right? To fucking teach these motherfucking aliens how to fucking love everybody, regardless of what planet you from.
Is Michael McDonald here?
It's beautiful.
I just heard him. Where is he?
That's Mike.
That was me.
He just doesn't have- his hair isn't grown in right now. You might not recognize
Didn't
it.
recognize
It's getting that gray though. Don't worry.
He's too fly, man. Too
I'm on my
fly.
way.
And then the third one,
Denali.
I just beam me up there, man, because that's a world.
all you need.
That's a world I want to live in, dude, forever. So I'm
So you're,
good.
like, you're going for the ride again. You're like, send me back. Send
I'll
me
go.
back up.
I'll go. Me and Paul can. We can team up and just chill around and cruise around the
And
galaxy.
some Tommy guns.
Yeah, man. I like that I picked one of our older and shittier guns.
Yeah, that's a great gun.
A Thompson?
Yeah, the Thompson submachine gun's a fucking
You
fantastic
could
gun.
drag that through the mud.
I thought about M1 Garand, but it'd be too slow. You know, I need rapid fire.
Yeah, when you want to murder a lot of people, you want to pick the right gun for
Yeah,
the job.
right.
That we're saying publicly on this podcast.
Oh, any race that invents a cloner probably has body armor too.
Maybe. Go ahead, Josh.
I would beam up a genie so I could get 3 more things.
God damn it! I knew you were gonna do that.
That's I just look. I'm playing Hearthstone. I just looked up. I'm like, I love you.
Nick Murphy con man shit. I like
That's some
that.
hydrogen cheese right there.
Yeah, right.
Well, you'd have to beam up.
What was it? No,
Helium cheese.
Yeah.
You can make hydrogen, or you can make helium from hydrogen.
That's some,
Dude,
that's some helium cheese,
H2O, man.
man.
H2O.
Cheese. Oh,
That's part of it.
That's some helium cheese right there.
There's a lot of energy. I'd beam up every episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation because that represents the best of humanity.
Not as good as Luke's because Luke's has Star Trek in it.
I'm gonna go hopeful.
Well, first of all, I didn't know we were vetoing each other's choices.
Yeah, I
so
didn't
that
know
was
it
a
was
little
Apparently, we are now
fucking
a
rude.
giant beep sound.
I'm aggro as fuck right now, so obviously.
Killed all those aliens,
Apparently.
Humans ain't safe.
All right, fine. Star Trek.
Man. Then I would beam up a 1969
What does Star
Pontiac
Trek show
Firebird.
the aliens? I don't understand.
What?
that. What is Star
What are
Trek
you
show
talking
the
about?
aliens?
Have you ever watched Star Trek Next
That's like a
Generation?
fictionalization of aliens. They're gonna look at that.
It
and be like-
represents the best
yo,
of humanity.
No,
It's an
they're gonna look at
allegorical
it
representation.
and they're gonna be like, "This is what you fucking."
Why do
think
you
of
watch?
us?
Why do you
That's
watch
racist as
movies?
shit."
They're not real.
No, but they're gonna think that that's what we think of them, and they're gonna be like, "We don't act like that.
I see.
Oh,
we don't act
no,
like that.
no.
You fucking human racist."
Well, I mean, if they're
They're
Romulans,
peaceful.
You are our last hope.
yeah, the historical records. Yeah, Josh, it's beam up the historical
Peaceful.
records.
All right.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
The movie's so good.
I just got it. It's so good.
Oh my god. What are you looking?
What's your third?
The third one, Led Zeppelin 4.
Not two?
Two's good. I've listened to it too much.
I mean, it's no rumors.
No.
I heard Rumors was the perfect album.
It's not. Use the wrong word. It's a perfect album.
I heard Rumors was the perfect album.
Where'd you hear that
Paul,
from?
I believe you said it was the greatest
album of all time.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did say that.
Of mankind.
It was
Alright.
in Paul's gay Fleetwood Mac cover band. What was it called? Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Dac.
Hardwood Mac.
Hardwood Man.
Mine was Fleetwood Dac.
Yeah, that's
Fleetwood Dac. It's
like a
like Dick, but needing to be rhymed with Mac.
I see.
it's great.
Holy shit.
Mike?
Oh, 3 things? I don't know. A kitten.
That's all. That's not even humanity, but okay.
Well, we invented them, so
We did.
It's true. No, the house kitten, yeah.
I'd like to amend number 1, please. All right.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
already.
Munchkin kitten.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
there we go.
What's a
Little bub?
It's
What is that?
It's
They're
a
the-
kitten that Dunkin' Donuts makes early in the morning, and you can get like a whole box
thought
for
it
like
was.
$10.
You bring it to school on your birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you're in the summertime birthday, then you're
Then you
screwed.
fucked.
Yeah.
No, then you get the whole box of Munchkins to yourself.
yourself.
'Cause you know that's what those kids were doing.
That's good, man.
That's right.
Fucking summer birthdays.
Damn them.
Those were the kids that had McDonald's parties. Sorry.
Pool parties.
Yeah, no, that's,
they had pool
that's
parties.
okay, Paul. I hated them that much too.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Also, the Wright Flyer.
The shittiest airplane ever made. Okay.
Hey, look at our airplane. Bring it up in your cool airplane.
We did this. And you did food and video game and thing.
And death.
Josh did. I don't remember Josh's.
I was surprised.
You know what?
He did movies.
Isn't me being there just enough?
That's what Nick said.
That's what I did.
That's what I'm saying, Nick. I mean, isn't that true?
Me, you, and Paul can just fucking chill around the galaxy.
Have fun when I blow up that H-bomb.
I would like to take up an H-bomb protector force field.
I like that.
I also, because if physics aren't any anything
right?
here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to take that up.
That's why I picked the genie.
Yeah,
the ultimate physics breaker.
Thank you for listening to the ContinueCast. Our theme music is written and performed by Chris Connolly, aka DataCats. Check out his Facebook page at facebook.com/datacats. The ContinueCast is produced by Paul Ritchie, Nick Murphy, Josh Henderson, and our special guest, Luke Brown. Email us at continuepodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/continueshow, and follow us on Twitter at continueshow.